Let's get right into it. Number 5. The phantom drop. Imagine casually strolling down the stairs, thinking about snacks or taxes or whatever passes for thoughts these days, and suddenly your brain pulls the emergency brake and convinces you that you're falling to your doom. Your foot hits the next step, but your entire nervous system has already screamed, "We die now." That mini heart attack? That's the phantom drop, a leftover survival reflex your brain still uses, even though floors, shoes, and gravity are all pretty consistent at this point. Your inner caveman brain used to treat uneven ground like a personal vendetta. A single misstep meant falling into a pit, twisting your ankle, or getting eaten by something with too many teeth. So the brain invented this wonderfully dramatic system. If it even suspects your balance is off by a centimeter, it dumps a bucket of adrenaline on you like it's auditioning for an early 90 seconds game show. The fun part? Your conscious mind has absolutely no say in this. You may be halfway through humming a song, but your survival system is in the back yelling, "Trip, fall, perish." It's doing this out of love. Of course, extremely chaotic, overprotective love, kind of like a parent who screams when you walk near a curb even though you're 25. And here's the kicker. Even when nothing is wrong, your body still practices this. Your foot misses an imaginary step, your muscles jerk, your heart slams into your lungs, and for half a second you genuinely think you just slipped into a void. Congratulations. Your evolutionary software just lagged. Basically, your brain is still convinced you live on a cliffside and have the balance of a newborn goat. Number 4. Shadow vision. You ever walk into a dim room, see a coat hanging on a chair, and your brain immediately goes, "Ah yes, a person, a threat, a demon, possibly all three"? It's not that you're dramatic, okay? Maybe a little, but mostly it's your ancient survival instincts slamming random objects into the potential danger category like they get paid per hallucination. Back when humans lived outside of well-lit kitchens and LED strip lights, your ancestors relied on scraps of visual info to stay alive. A rustle in the bushes? Could be a rabbit, could be a jaguar, could be your cousin Grook doing something suspicious. Better assume danger. So today, your brain still uses that prehistoric autofilter. When it can't identify something instantly, it assigns it the worst possible identity just to be safe. This is why shadows look like intruders, why you swear you saw a person standing behind you in a reflection, and why every doorway at night becomes a murder documentary waiting to happen. Your amygdala doesn't care that you live in an apartment with a strict "no jaguars allowed" policy. It'll throw fear at anything vaguely humanoid, like a coat, a lamp, or your own hoodie hanging on a doorknob. The irony? Your higher brain knows you're being ridiculous, but it just sits there like, let the panic play out. Builds character. So you get that 0.5 seconds of primal terror followed by the standard, "Oh, right, it's just a chair wearing a jacket like it's trying to win an Oscar." Basically, your brain keeps mistaking your laundry for a demon because it loves you poorly. Number 3. The oxygen panic button. Picture this. You're lying in bed, no danger, no threats, not even a mildly confusing email to worry about. And suddenly your brain whispers, "Hey, what if you forgot how to breathe?" And before you can respond with, "That's not how lungs work," your chest tightens, your breaths turn manual, and your nervous system starts acting like you're trapped underwater with a brick tied to your ankle. This is the oxygen panic button, a holdover from the era when humans lived one bad river crossing away from becoming fish food. Back then, anything that messed with your breathing was a 5-alarm emergency. Even a slightly heavier backpack could compress your chest and send your survival instinct into full meltdown. So your modern brain kept that alarm system but didn't bother to update it, which is why, today, perfectly normal sensations trigger chaos. A deep sigh? Your brain thinks you're suffocating. Holding your breath for fun? Suddenly you're reenacting a drowning scene. Even swallowing wrong makes your system fling itself onto the panic button like a raccoon slapping a vending machine. The wild part is that your conscious mind knows nothing's wrong. You can literally be breathing too much, and your brain will still freak out like it caught you trying to die recreationally. So you end up sitting there, inhaling like a confused vacuum cleaner, while your inner caveman screams, "Air is broken, fix it before we expire." Basically, your brain thinks you're constantly moments away from suffocation, even when the only thing attacking you is your own overthinking. Number 2. The social threat siren. Imagine this absolute nightmare. You wave at someone who wasn't actually waving at you, or your voice cracks during a sentence, or you say, "You too," to a waiter who told you to enjoy your meal. Your body reacts like you just committed a diplomatic disaster on live television. Face hot, heart pounding, memory permanently scarred. Truly, top-tier torment. This is the social threat siren. A prehistoric survival trick built for a world where being socially rejected didn't just sting, it could literally get you kicked out of the tribe. And back then, once you were alone, congrats, you were basically a snack with legs, so your brain still treats any tiny social slip as a life or death scenario. Did you mispronounce a word? Cool. Let's activate full body shame. Did you interrupt someone by accident? Excellent. Time to replay it for the next 7 years. Did you trip in public? The siren screams, "The tribe will remember this." Even though the tribe is just two strangers who forgot you existed 0.2 2 seconds later. Modern humans don't get eaten for awkwardness anymore. Well, not physically, but your brain didn't get the memo. It still fires off embarrassment chemicals like it's trying to protect you from exile, starvation, and wolves. Number 1. The noise apocalypse reflex. You're sitting in a peaceful room, maybe scrolling, maybe contemplating whether cereal counts as soup, when bang, a door slams, a cup drops, a book falls off a shelf because gravity felt spicy today. Instantly, your whole body convulses like someone just plugged you into a car battery. Your heart launches into orbit, your muscles seize, you look around like a cornered squirrel. Congratulations, you've just activated the noise apocalypse reflex. Back in prehistoric times, sudden noises usually meant something awful. A cracking twig could be a predator, a snapping branch might signal a landslide, a weird screech in the distance, probably something with fangs, claws, or a hobby for tearing humans apart. So your brain developed a strategy. When in doubt, assume the world is ending. Here's the thing though, modern life is basically a constant parade of unexpected sounds. Cars honk, phones buzz, neighbors drop furniture at 3 a.m. for reasons no one has dared to explain. Your brain, however, hasn't updated its software since the mammoth era. So, even though the danger is just your cat knocking over a water bottle like a tiny criminal, your body reacts as if you're about to be eaten by an angry bear with unresolved emotional issues. And it's not just the flinch. Oh no. Your whole system goes into DEFCON 1. Adrenaline spikes, breathing changes. Your eyes widen like you're auditioning for a horror movie. For 3 full seconds, you truly believe you're in the opening scene of a disaster film. Then your rational brain finally checks in like, relax, champ, that was just gravity bullying you again. But the survival reflex? It doesn't care. It just shrugs and says, look, that cup had been a tiger, you would have thanked me. Basically, your brain treats every unexpected noise like the beginning of a tragic documentary about your final moments, even when the only thing threatening your existence is your own messy desk. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.